everybody, how are we doing? My name is Boomy and you are watching my channel, Boomy Reactions. So, everybody, I would like to share a foodie video with you today. We're back with some more chuds. We're going to watch Bradley show us, what is it he's showing us today? How to deep fry a turkey. Wow, is that a thing? This is the first time I'm hearing you can deep fry turkey. How does that taste? Actually, I bet that's amazing. If it's anything like fried chicken, oh my gosh, yes, I am up for that. I will have some, please, please, please. So this video comes as a request from Matt W through Buy Me a Coffee. Hello, Matt, and thank you again for your support. So Matt says, I know, you are probably tired of me sending stuff, but hey, we really enjoy our Thanksgiving. Matt, I could never, ever get tired of you sending me these videos to react to. Thank you. Keep them coming. Honestly, I really, really enjoy all these suggestions. So Matt also says, it's our tradition. Here is a different way of celebrating it. So the fried turkey, it's not a normal way to celebrate Thanksgiving then. So is there anywhere in the UK that does traditionally do a fried turkey? Or is it a new thing? Is it an innovative thing? Let me know in the comments, guys. So let's crack on watching this video. Let's watch how Bradley deep fries a turkey. It sounds delicious. I'm all on board.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Chuds BBQ. My name is Bradley Robinson, and today I'm going to show you how I made this beautiful, delicious, crispy skin, juicy, amazing Wagyu beef tallow deep fried turkey with some corn pudding, the best gravy the world has ever seen, some homemade cranberry sauce, gotta have some mashed potatoes, and some beautiful homemade dinner rolls. Coming up!
I love this little scene with his knife. What would you call it? Like a chef's wallet?
This is a
knife
turkey.
wallet.
And before we go cutting this open, we're gonna do a bit of a water displacement test real quick. So this is my intended frying situation for a couple days from now. So what I'm gonna do is quite simply drop this bird right on in here, packaging and all. And then I'm gonna fill this up with water. And once fully submerged, I can now take the turkey out, and the water level now gives me a perfect approximation of how much oil I'm gonna need, which for me is exactly to the max fill line. Very convenient, but I'm gonna take a picture of this just in case, because the last thing we want is our turkey to go in there and have an oil overflow. That'll ignite and burn down the whole neighborhood.
Yes.
Doing this in a bucket because there's always a whole bunch of extra moisture in these things, especially because this was a frozen turkey that I bought a good 3-4 days ago. It's been thawing out in my fridge, and oftentimes there's ice in there that will melt down and make a mess of things. As we can see, got all the goodies on the inside. Pat it dry. And this is just a pretty typical natural turkey. Picked it up at my local HEB. But this is about a 14-pound bird. I'm gonna take out this little nipple doodad here. Also gonna take off this little thing on the back side. I think we got something else in here. Oh, how you doing? Set that aside. And as is the case with most styles of cooking turkey, we really wanna make sure we get a crispy skin. So that's why I'm going pretty heavy with making sure that this thing is, in fact, patted dry. And unlike previous years, we are not gonna spatchcock this turkey, but we are in fact gonna give it the good old dry brine, which is fancy speak for we're gonna hit this with a whole bunch of kosher salt all over the skin. And you can do this anywhere from a few hours to a few days in advance, which is...
I'm sorry, I don't think I was listening properly after he pulled the neck out. Oh gosh, he does make me laugh. He's got the funniest sense of humor. Right, okay. What was he doing with the water there? To judge how much oil he needed to fry the turkey in. Okay, I did notice when he showed a picture of the turkey to begin with, I was expecting there to be fatter or something. There's nothing on the turkey other than it's just fried, isn't it? So, but it tastes so delicious. But I don't know why I was expecting there to be like a crumb or batter all around that turkey, which makes no sense thinking about it. This, I have seen a raw turkey before. I wonder if we have like different species of turkey or wherever our turkey is imported from in the UK, maybe. But I don't know, I think like the wings look slightly different. It looks, I don't know how to explain what I'm trying to say. looks a bit like a demon bird. It's got like pointier wings and little frills coming off it. Like it was some kind of marvelous turkey. such a stupid comment to make. Just ignore I said that. Let's edit it out.
It's going to obviously season the meat perfectly throughout, but it's also going to be uncovered in the fridge, meaning the salt is going to help dry out the exterior, which is going to give us some extra crispy skin by the time we throw this into the oil. And again, I never pay any attention to if this is pre-brined. I know a lot of them come that way, but I've never had any problem with throwing them in a brine or doing a dry brine because it's a big bird. You can take a lot of salt. Looking good to me. So now onto a wire rack this goes. I'm going to go ahead and tuck these wing tips back because, you know, I'm not a savage. There we go. That's looking beautiful already. So into my fridge this goes on this wire rack until it's time to fry it off. Now, seeing how we're frying this turkey, we need to get some smoke elements into this dish. And just like every year previous, you know I'm making a turkey stock for an absolutely fantastic smoky turkey gravy. Let's fire up the pit. Just stepped in dog poop.
Oh no!
Even after all these years, I'm still thankful for that pesky little snake in my boot. We're going on with a whole bunch of turkey and chicken bones and all sorts of things today. These are some turkey necks I just picked up from the grocery store and also super cheap. Here's the neck. Here's all the hearts and livers and whatnot from that very same turkey. Also got a couple of chicken carcasses I've saved up over the year. Chicken feet. Yeah, gnarly, I know. But they're full of skin, fat, and collagen, which will turn into gelatin, which is what makes our homemade stocks so much better than everything else. Just don't let your mom see this stage. Because at the end of the day, once all this cooks down, we're gonna get some beautiful, smoky, roasty flavor on there. And that's what's gonna give you that luxurious, rich mouthfeel that you're never gonna get out of anything from a carton. This is about $12 worth of bones that you're looking at here. And we're gonna smoke them off at about 300 to 400 degrees for the next hour or so. And just a few hours later, this stuff is looking beautiful. We got some nice smoky color on there. Boop. We're also gonna go in with some fresh veg in the...
It's not a Chuds video, is it? Without a boop or an oops.
form of a yellow onion. 2 of those, actually. Got a nice head of celery here. And some carrots as well. In they go. And then, of course, we top this off with a whole bunch of water. And once up to a gentle simmer, we're gonna let this thing bubble away just like this for the next 4 to 15 hours. Been about 16 hours on this stock here. And to be completely honest, I did not mean to let it go this long, but it's been raining sideways for the last few hours, so just now getting to it. Just trying to get out all the solids. All these bones have given us everything they've got. Oh, yeah. So we're gonna reduce this down a little bit. A lot easier to do without the bones and veg in there because we don't have to worry about them burning on the bottom. Let this cook away for the next few hours. Boil away, boil away, boil away. And just like that, after a nice long reduction, we are left with this beautiful, thick, dark, super gelatinous.
I told you he could sing. I've said it a few times, guys. He's just got like a really melodic voice. I actually think he does an awful lot of singing at home, especially when he's cooking. I see you, Bradley. I know. That stock looks amazing. Look at the color of it. Ooh.
Turkey stock, turkey demi, whatever you want to call it. And this entire pot, all that just reduced down to about 2 quarts of nothing but pure flavor.
Delicious.
So good, nice and smoky. Turkey Day is finally upon us, folks. And as you can see, after 2 days of dry brining, this bird is looking great. No salt to be seen anywhere, which means we know it went into the meat. The skin is nice and dry, meaning we're gonna get the crispiest skin possible. But the beauty...
Oh my gosh, sorry to interrupt you there, Bradley. I have never done the dry brining thing, or the brining thing at all. Why would I brine foodies out there, particularly in the US? Because I don't know if this is so much of a common thing to do in the UK. So maybe this applies more to our friends in the USA. Why would I dry brine, or why would I brine? What's the benefit of it? Let me know in the comments if you would be so kind. Thank you, everybody.
The beauty of frying a turkey is that it only takes about 45 minutes to cook, which means we've got some time to kill. So let's bust out a couple of sides. Starting with some fluffy dinner rolls. Into the mix we're going with some warm milk, some active dry yeast, and our sugar. followed by our eggs, some all-purpose flour, some kosher salt, dough conditioner, and some milk powder. It's also gonna help with the texture and add some wonderful flavor. Knead this till it all comes together. In we go with our softened butter.
I was just going to say, all of those ingredients going in there make it sound like it's going to be the fluffiest, lightest, lovely bread roll. I bet they're delicious. But I've always got the questions, guys, I know. What is a dough conditioner? Literally, what is the culinary, the scientific word for that? What is it? What does it do to the dough? Does it just make it softer? Never heard of that before.
This knead for about 5 to 7 minutes. Oh, beautiful.
Ooh.
We should be left with a beautiful, smooth, supple dough ball.
Lovely.
Into a greased bowl this goes. 2, double in size for the next hour to hour and 1/2. Which gives us plenty of time to knock out a quick cranberry sauce. So into this pot here, I'm going in with 1 bag of some fresh cranberries, as well as a cup of some white sugar. And we're gonna let this heat, let that sugar melt, let these cranberries start to pop and cook down a little bit. And while this cooks down, we can start throwing in everything else, including a cinnamon stick, a couple of star anise, some orange zest. I'm also gonna grate in some fresh ginger, and to add some liquid to help this cook down, orange juice as well, as well as a shot of bourbon, because, you know, why not? And a little pinch of salt. Just gonna bring this up to a simmer, being sure to stir it every now and then so none of the sugars burn on the bottom, and just let it reduce down until it becomes a beautiful, nice, thick cranberry sauce. Probably about 10 minutes. And just like that, this stuff has thickened up very nicely.
Oh
so we're gonna go through and pull out the cinnamon stick and those pesky little star anise if we can find them. And at this point, you could totally be done, but as you can see, we've still got some chunky berries in there. So if you wanna go full cranberry jelly effect, just bust out the old immersion blender. And just like that, our beautiful cranberry sauce is done.
I like a little bit of body. I think, not that I've tried an awful lot of cranberry sauce, but I do have it with turkey at like Christmas times. I don't think we have the variety of cranberry sauces that you guys do in the US. It's more of a recent thing that's caught on in the UK, but yes, it is a staple at Christmas time because we eat our turkey at Christmas because we don't have a Thanksgiving. But we don't want to miss out on that turkey goodness. So it tends to be the meat of choice at Christmas time. So yes, I like cranberry sauce very much with my turkey. Oh, Bento's barking at someone at the door. Yes, I like a little bit of that cranberry body in there, you know. I don't want it to be completely jellified. I don't want it to be completely smooth. I like a little bit to remind me that there is a berry in there. That sounds so daft. I'm in a silly mood today, honestly.
And of course, be sure to taste it and adjust for sweetness, saltiness, and all that good stuff. So beautiful. Next up, we're gonna bust out a real quick herb butter, which we're gonna use on a lot of different things. And we're just gonna gently melt off all the white foam on top because we're making a clarified butter. And if you wanna go the extra mile, you just pour this through some cheesecloth. But if you don't wanna use the cheesecloth, as you can see, it's pretty easy to see how it separates. So just leave all that white stuff in there. And now that we have removed all of the milk solids out of this butter, it means we can get it to super high temperatures without it turning into brown butter or burning, which will come in handy down the line. But first, we need to infuse this butter with some flavor. So, in we go with some garlic, as well as some sage, some thyme, and a whole bunch of rosemary. But we're gonna just let these fry away for a little bit, giving us a beautiful herb-infused butter. I'm gonna send it back through this strainer here, and we'll be left with some beautiful, herbaceous, garlicky, clarified butter. Next up, we're gonna bust out some quick mashed potatoes, because you gotta have mashed potatoes with your turkey. Got some Yukon Golds here. I was gonna peel them, but you know what? I didn't really feel like it, so we're just gonna boil these off. And I'm not sure if this will do anything, but I'll throw a couple of sprigs of rosemary in there too. After our potatoes are fully cooked and probing, nice and tender, ooh, out they come. And through a potato ricer they go for that absolutely perfect, fluffy mashed potato consistency. And one of the benefits to these is that all the skins are left behind. I'm also gonna send through these. These are the garlics that I confit in that butter when making the herb butter, so might as well send those through too. But of course we need to season this up. I'm gonna start out with some of this stuff. This is the milk solids that we skimmed off that butter. I think that'll add some wonderful flavor. Going with a little white pepper as well. And of course, some cream that I heated up. Not gonna lie, I threw all of that in there, and it really...
Oh my gosh, I bet that's absolutely amazing. So, yucca potatoes, they're your kind of gold standard of potatoes in the US. I don't, to my knowledge, we don't get them over here. So generally our potato of choice for most chefs and cooks is Maris Piper or King Edward's. I prefer Maris Piper. So yes, they're our kind of gold standard potato. Although I am partial to a russet potato.
It really is the perfect thing for mashed potatoes, you know? It's buttery, it's creamy, and it's salty. And I must say, these are tasting so good. That rosemary definitely comes through. Beautiful. Now that our dough has doubled in size, out it comes. And you can make your dinner rolls whatever size you like. I'm shooting for around 50 grams a piece. And then we're just gonna tuck all the seams to the underside and give it the old roly-poly. Into a nice greased high-rim baking dish we go. Looking good to me. After a nice plump rise, I hit these with a bit of an egg wash, and now into a 350-degree oven they go for the next 30 minutes.
Oh, they're lovely.
Looking so beautiful. And fresh out of the oven, I'm gonna hit these with some of our beautiful garlicky herb butter that we made earlier. God, it smells so good. We're gonna let these cool down.
It does.
And our last side dish of the day is really quick corn pudding.
Oh.
Start out with a splash of some milk. As well.
Now, this one interests me. Corn pudding. I've not heard of this before. Well, before I opened the care package from the lovely Greg. Thank you very much, my friend. And you mentioned in, you sent me a document about your Thanksgiving traditions and your family's recipes. Thank you so much. It was lovely of you to do that, by the way. But you mentioned corn pudding was your favorite at Thanksgiving, Greg. Now, I don't know what that is. It looks lovely. In the photo that you sent me, Greg, it looked delicious. But I can't really imagine what that tastes like. No? I've only just got my head around creamed corn. So you're giving me another corn texture, consistency. But like I say, I love corn. So I imagine this is going to be delicious. Cornbread is another one. Oh my gosh, it's fantastic. It's so delicious. But this is another corn texture that I've got no idea what it is. So let's see if Bradley can give me a little bit of a better idea of what the texture, what the taste of this is meant to be. It's quite sweet, is that right? A bit like not a pudding, but you know, we call dessert a pudding over in the UK. So I don't think it's quite a dessert, but is it meant to be quite sweet?
Well as 6 eggs, some all-purpose flour, some baking powder, and some kosher salt. And give that a quick little blend. Next up, we're going in with a whole bunch of corn.
Okay.
It's corn! And top that with some maple syrup. And get it all blended. And while this blends, I'm gonna start drizzling in our heavy cream. And
yes, guys, can this be any corn? Or is this like, it looked quite fresh. Is that like freshly chopped off the ear? It can't be tinned or frozen sweet corn. Or frozen sweet corn actually tastes like garbage at the minute. So anything tinned is preferable here in the UK right now anyway.
Lastly, we're gonna drizzle in about a stick's worth of our beautiful herbed butter. And then into a generously buttered little baking dish here, we're gonna go in with our beautiful batter. Nothing wrong with that, folks. And lastly, as an optional garnish, I'm gonna sprinkle a little bit of whole corn right on top, as well as some jalapeno chunks.
Oh,
beautiful.
hello.
Now, into a 350-degree oven this goes for the next hour or so, or until it's completely cooked and a toothpick pulls out nice and clean. And finally, at long last, it is time to deep fry our turkey. That's right, we're frying in Wagyu beef tallow because, you know, someone has to do it. I do not recommend doing this at home. It is quite an expensive way to cook a turkey, but it needs to be done for science. You know, it's a tough job, folks. Sometimes you gotta do things like this. But the world needs to know, what would a turkey deep fried in Wagyu beef tallow taste like? And you know, if I'm the one that has to do it, so be it. And of course, major shout out to my friends at South Chicago Packing, the best beef tallow in the game. If you haven't tried this stuff yet, you definitely gotta check it out.
Bradley's making the ultimate sacrifice here for us, everyone. For the sake of science, this video, the purpose of this video is to just purely provide us with the scientific question, or the answer to the scientific question of what could this turkey possibly taste like deep fried in Wagyu beef tallow? For science.
This is a turkey fryer, picked it up on Amazon. Ooh, but yeah, pretty basic setup. Nice big deep pot, propane burner. It's time to get this oil hot. This is so ridiculous.
Oh, nice, it's still.
Ooh. Got this little doohickey, came with it, the old turkey stand. We're gonna just shove it right up the old dumper. Oh. Position these legs so it's sitting.
Turkey.
Perfect. Nothing to it, folks. Now for this bird, I'm not gonna add anything else to it. I really thought about putting an herb butter underneath the skin or putting a nice rub on the outside or some herbs or something to add some more flavor. But we're going into 350-degree beef tallow. And any herbs or spices just gonna fry up and probably burn. Definitely wanna stay away from rubs with sugar in it because at the end of the day, we just want some really nice juicy meat and some crispy skin. So we're going in just like this. And then later on, we're gonna top it with that herb butter, which is gonna add a lot more flavor. Oil is up to temp, so first thing I'm gonna do is kill the flames. That way, if we do have an overflow, we're not gonna burn the house down. Right about 375, a little hotter than I wanna be because this turkey is quite cold. In we go. Ooh-hoo. Beautiful, easy as that. Immediately drop down to about 345. So now it's time to light it back up. Oh, this is gonna take about 3 to 4 minutes per pound, which puts us right around the 45 to an hour mark, which gives us plenty of time to make a gravy. And for those of you wondering how much beef fat this took, it took a little over 10 jugs of Wagyu beef fat to fully deep fry this turkey. And to reiterate, I wouldn't or couldn't have done this without my friends from South Chicago Packing. So big shout out to them. If you wanna get your hands on some beef tallow, I'll have a link in the description box of this video. And before you go down into the comments yelling at me saying this is an expensive and impractical way to cook a turkey, I fully agree. And I'm fully aware of that. But you gotta remember, this is a YouTube holiday special. So just relax and know that every technique I've talked about will work with peanut oil or canola oil or anything else. But that being said, it's time to make some gravy. Super simple gravy, folks. Going in with some of our herb butter from earlier. And of course, some flour to create a nice roux. Just gonna cook this down for a little bit. By the way, look how thick this stock came out to be. It holds a spoon. And once that roux has cooked down a little bit, in we start going with some of our turkey jello here. And once that is nicely reduced down and nice and thick, our beautiful, super velvety, gelatinous turkey demi gravy is done. Here we are about 45 minutes later. Beautiful golden brown turkey. Super easy cook. Probably the easiest turkey cook I've ever done. But just look at the color on that thing. Oh, it is phenomenal. Quick temp check. Perfect. Coming out to rest. Beautiful corn pudding.
Ooh, okay.
It's like a corn custard. Oh, so light.
It does look like a
Beautiful.
custard. It looks like bread.
Have you ever seen any better looking dinner rolls than this, folks? I mean, come on.
They are perfect.
So squishy,
Oh!
smelling so good.
Ooh la la.
Ooh, so thick.
That
Love
looks
it. And of
amazing.
course, the crown jewel, the deep fried, super crispy turkey. I mean, just look at this thing. It's absolutely beautiful and, oh. It's so crispy.
Crunch. Oh, wow.
I let this thing rest for the last 20, 30 minutes or so to carry over and then cool down a little bit. So as per usual, I'm gonna finish this off with some very hot herb butter to not only warm it up, but also add some more flavor before we carve this thing up. And this is why we made so much herb butter, folks. Oh, just gonna bathe it.
Give it
I mean,
a shower.
would you just look at it, folks? Beautiful, crispy skin, fluffy homemade rolls. This beautiful corn custard pudding situation. The best gravy, I'm telling you. I've been drinking it. Wonderful cranberry sauce, mashed potatoes. Oh, I'm ready to dive on in. Ooh, oh, it's so thick. This is the best bite, honestly. The gravy and the mashed potatoes. Am I right, folks? Ooh. Good Lord. I'm going back in. That is just absurd. So creamy. It's just the mouthfeel from the super gelatinous stock. It is unbeatable. Look the way it just clings to the taters. Corn
I'm so
pudding.
hungry right now.
I'm telling you, this stuff is ridiculous. It's like a quiche meets a souffle full of corn flavor.
Oh.
So sweet.
Oh, I would love
And
that.
I'm sure it goes great with gravy.
What doesn't go with gravy?
But alas, let's see how this beast came out, shall we? Ooh, how you doing? It's so crunchy. What's this? Just gonna go at it, folks. Yes, please. Nothing wrong with that.
Yes, please.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Wow. It tastes like Popeye's chicken. That's crazy. That is out of this world.
Not
If
that
you've
I know
ever
what that
complained
tastes
about
like.
turkey not having any flavor, you probably haven't deep fried it in Wagyu beef tallow yet. It's so good. Crispy skin, perfectly cooked.
How could anyone say that turkey doesn't have any flavour? It has a whole flavour of its own. How would it not have any flavour? Well, what do people do to it to get, oh, like overcooking it so it's a bit sawdusty and a bit dry?
Love it. What's this? I love a fried turkey. I'm telling you, this is my first time ever frying a turkey, and right off the bat, very impressed. Got the old Pope's nose here. Dip that in a little gravy, take a bite.
Pope's nose.
Wow, that might be the best bite of the whole year right there. Some crispy neck skin.
Oh, I don't
Little
like the
gravy
neck
dip on
skin.
that.
Oh.
Don't mind if I do. Shatteringly crisp. Let's just see if we can get one of these breasts off, shall we? That's unbelievable. Ooh, feeling nice and juicy. Beautiful, tender, juicy white meat, crispy skin on the outside, just kind of pulls right apart. Don't mind if I do. That is spectacular. Oh,
wow.
Love it. Gotta say, I'm really glad that that firmed up the way it did. It looks just like the canned stuff, which is traditional. Nice and red. Love it. Well, that just immediately went into the category of things that are way better made from scratch than store-bought. Ooh, so good. Got a little bourbon vibe to it. Highly recommend.
I was just going to say, well, that cheeky little bit of bourbon in there is probably what's making that so darn tasty. And a nice little squeeze of orange juice. Nice, I like that. I'm definitely going to have to make my own cranberry sauce after this.
The beef fat just adds that extra richness and flavor that the turkey is lacking. And of course, can't forget about these beautiful rolls, right? That's just for sopping up the gravy, making yourself little mini sandos. Oh, top notch. Probably the prettiest thing I've baked on the channel is these buns.
They
Looks
are
so
beautiful.
profesh. Love it. All right, the takeaway from Chuds Giving 2022 has got to be, number one, the gravy. You need to make this stock. You can do it days in advance. And it's my number one tip to upgrade any Thanksgiving. Perfectly smoky, perfectly seasoned, and it's got that velvety mouthfeel that you're not gonna get from anything out of a carton. This stuff can change lives. Number two would be this corn pudding. This is an adaptation of Chef John's recipe, and quite honestly, it's blowing my mind. It's so light and fluffy, almost like a souffle. It's sweet, it's savory, it's perfect. You could eat this as a dessert. You could eat this with ice cream. You could eat this with gravy. It is the ultimate Thanksgiving side, and I will be making this every year from here on out. Number three, cranberry sauce. I know not everybody's a fan, but if you make it yourself, it comes together in like 20 minutes. Very tasty stuff. And finally, we got the deep fried bird. It's so crispy. It's so rich. It's also just so beautiful. You don't need to spatchcock it. You don't need to do anything except hit it with some salt, drop it in some oil, although I do love a smoked bird. But without further ado, folks, I think we all know what time it is. And we're gonna give you a nice dollop of this beautiful gravy, all right?
Oh, lucky boy.
All right, y'all, that is it. That is how to make an absolutely incredible Wagyu beef tallow deep fried turkey with some amazing side dishes, an amazing gravy, some good rolls, and other stuff. I don't know. The tryptophan is starting to get to me. I'm ready to go to bed. With that being said, if you enjoyed this video, let me know by hitting that subscribe button. Let YouTube know by dropping a like on this video. If you give any of these recipes a try for yourself, be sure to tag me on Instagram at Chuds BBQ. I'd love to see what y'all are cooking. Big shout out to all the Patreon members. Thank you for supporting Team Chud and allowing me to keep making all these videos. And until the next time I see you, please go cook something outside. Peace!
Oh my gosh, that looked amazing. Now, what a lucky dog he has. Oh my gosh, what's his dog's name? I'm sure one or two of you have mentioned in the comments, but I can't remember for the life of me. What is his lovely little dog's name? Let me know, please. Right. Everything on there I would love to try. So we have roast potatoes with our Christmas dinner. I know some households have both in the UK, mashed potato and roast potatoes. I grew up in a roast potato house. So at Christmas we have roast potatoes, but I love mashed potatoes. They are one of my favorite things. One of the most simple pleasures in life, isn't it? Buttery, creamy, gorgeous mashed potato. I like a little bit of cheese in mine as well. Cheeky. That cranberry sauce, I am 100% going to make that this year. It looks fantastic. And I'm sure Bradley's making it look a bit easier than it is, but it looked quite straightforward. Relatively easy. I'm not too sure about deep frying the bird. I would love to try it. I don't think I have the facilities. And the idea of burning my house down or potentially the entire street frightens me. So I might not be doing that. But oh my gosh, that herb butter herb butter, sorry. And the bread rolls. What is a dough conditioner, guys? I know I asked earlier, but let me know. I've never even heard of that before. So that's quite interesting. What is a dough conditioner? And I'm going to have to start making my own stock for gravy because that just looked out of this world crazy. Like on another level, delicious. Can you imagine being a guest at Bradley's house for Thanksgiving? I think I would leave that house like maybe half a stone heavier. I wouldn't want to stop eating. But you can see Bradley was tired at the end of that video. It's all the turkey catching up to him. You can see he just wanted to go and have a sleep. I don't blame him. It's making me a little bit tired watching that volume of food. Hungry though. Gosh, it's lunchtime here and I am starving. That's made me more hungry. Well, guys, I hope you enjoyed watching that video with me, and thank you once again, Matt, my friend, for requesting that. Another fabulous video. Keep them coming. Honestly, I love all the requests, as many as you like. Take care, everybody, and I will see you soon. Bye-bye.